You ever want to have a room full of action figures because you're a wrestling fan, but your wife won't let you, your mom won't let you? Maybe as a young kid, you just didn't have the opportunity. Well, today we actually are talking to Juan that has a room full of action figures and not so much action figures, WWE figures, man, and so many more. And I'm excited, Juan. I've actually seen you on TikTok and I ran across your page and I thought to myself, like, wow, it brought back so many memories because I didn't have so many action figures. But when I see what you have, I thought to myself, like, yeah, I definitely got to have this conversation and figure out how many action figures or wrestling figures and how long and all these different things. But I want to start off with Juan. How did you get started into this?
Well, one of the just like you, I had maybe three or four action figures growing up, right? And I've always wanted them as well, but I never really got a chance to start pick them up or collect them. But really, when it started for me, as far as the figures themselves, it's funny enough. Me and my wife were on a honeymoon in Florida, and I seen these at a thrift store. Some old Jack Pacific figures, right? You had your classic ones. You had your Hogan, the Giant, Doink the Clown, Mr. Perfect. There were about 30 sets of them. I'm like, these look awesome, and they included all the accessories, which is rare. Normally, just the figures are all beat up, but I think clearly this was somebody's collection that I just donated, and I picked them up for a really good price. Ever since then, this was back in 2017. Ever since then, I mean, from 30 figures to all the way to what I have now, it's crazy. I can never thought about it myself as well.
Do, do you have a number or have you like lost count?
No, I lost count a long time ago. But one of my goals is this year really to put all the figures in an Excel sheet, right? To put names specifically, what year they are as well, as far as what the collection part. So I definitely want to do that as well. I know they'll take me a long time, but you can see this count. This is all just the loose ones. I do have the ones in mock. That's a whole nother area as well, which we'll take a look at.
Wow, wow. So would you say over 100? I mean, probably 1,000 wrestling figures?
So, probably, man. Like I said,
That's so crazy,
look,
man.
yeah, each one of these shells right here. I'll go and count and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 24 right here. That's a small little shelf right here.
Wow.
So as you can just see how
Times
many of that.
everything else.
Yep.
Wow, wow, wow. Man, this is pretty cool. This is actually, again, when I seen this and I was looking for collectors, I feel like collectors don't get that shine that they do. But when I was seeing what you were doing and the content that you're actually making, people should actually follow you. It's pretty cool. It's just the way that you just put the rings together, the matches together, I think was actually pretty cool. So I'm excited to kind of figure out which one is your favorite action figure. Do you have a favorite or maybe a favorite wrestler of yours that maybe is nearby?
That's a great question, man. Actually, I do have a favorite one, and it's actual the Rey Mysterio. Okay. So Rey Mysterio is my favorite one as well. Actually, I'll show you here in a minute. I have a whole actually pile of just collection of Rey Mysterio, and actually a video that I'm working on. It's just taking me a while because I'm trying very to bring you a different kind of quality video. It's taking me a while to do it, but I can show you the actual set right here. So let me just take it over there in a minute.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So here it is. See it?
Wow.
So this is all the Rey Mysterios here. So you got it all the way down the bottom. So this shelf is nothing but
Holy
Rey Mysterio.
crap.
So then I'm working on kind of branding it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So this has
out of
been your
this one,
guy since day one, Rey Mysterio.
yep, I remember him WCW, and even before then,
Oh,
back in
wow, man. Yeah,
ECW.
this
Yep.
is phenomenal. If Rey Mysterio gets to catch this, man, that's crazy. Don't let Dominic know that you have all these action figures, though.
No, dude,
Uh,
I this is the only dominant I got. I still got him in package.
Dominic, man, this is crazy. So I'm guessing
Yeah.
you're probably, for those that are watching WrestleMania 40 this week, you're probably excited to see Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee actually dethrone Dominic and Escobar. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rey Mysterio, man, for as long as he's been going for the ages in, he still gives top matches as well. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for essentially a round two, right, with Rey Mysterio and
Hmm.
Dominic. Yeah.
What got you into making content? What was that idea that hey, I want to just post content?
Well, I mean, it just going through YouTube, and just seeing other content creators doing reviews and unboxing. I really like that aspect as well. So I figured, I had some. Actually, at that time, I had some figures that I really wanted to buy, but I
Mhm.
wanted to see. I wanted for somebody to unbox and review them, but nobody had done it thus far. And it's going to be the 3 pack of the NWO. Let me grab that real quick for you.
Yeah,
So
no worries.
that pack right here, I really want to see it. It was a ringside exclusive, but nobody had done a review on it. So I'm like, man, so let me go ahead be the one to grab them, and they're these 3 pack right here. So you got right Kevin Nash,
Kevin
and then you
Nash,
got
okay.
yep, and you got Macho Man, and then you got this awesome man. This is still one of the greatest figures of Sting, I think.
All right, yeah,
Yep.
man.
So all 3 of these, I couldn't find a review on them. I'm like, man, I want to pick them up, but I haven't seen them. So I'm like, that one day I was like, that's what got me into it. And I already had the equipment. I had the camera, I had the mic, I had everything, except the lighting. So if you go back and look at my very first video, you'll see kind of the lighting is bad, just learning there as well. So I was probably doing a video here and there, not really active in it. Um, I was, and then really, as of this year, as of January, I really, one of my goals is okay. If I'm gonna start doing this again, I want to make sure that I'm invested in it, make the quality content, not just putting out there just to hey, I have this video done. So my goal is every Saturday. There's a new video will be coming out every Saturday from starts in January.
Love it, man. And how long have you been doing content in general? On and off?
On and off. So I'll say probably about 4 years.
4 years, but now you're really
Right.
going to take it serious.
Yep, now serious and really with TikTok that's came out. Like, again, TikTok is it's a fast it's kind of captures your audience, right? So that really allowed me the platform to take my
Yeah.
like 10-minute videos or 15 or 20-minute videos, and then my YouTube videos. I do suggest you watch that because I go into detail, I explain the depth, I bring in the backstory, I talk about everything, but understanding what TikTok is for, people just want the snapshot instant, right? So I take that, condense it down to a minute, no more than a minute and a half. So I just put it in a minute and then put the video out there. And I'm always glad people enjoy this. I find that to use that formula works very well.
I love it, man. And you just kind of mentioned that if you go to YouTube, it's actually very different. It gives a little backstory. Um, that's always been the thing for you. You like to tell the stories behind the characters. Is that where you kind of got started before you did TikTok?
Yeah, 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 definitely. So as I unboxing them, I always bring back my memories for them. I remember unboxing the Shawn Michaels in a Diesel 2 pack, and I was talking about how Shawn Michael realized, his dream, his uh, his dream of becoming a champion, right? Talk about Diesel. I remember him coming at that time as well. So I bring it back the stories and me seeing it. And just talking about, I've been to some events, man, and I'm like, oh, would have loved to see a Shawn Michaels in this event, especially this time as well.
What was a match that got you into WWE, man?
It was a match. Man, well,
If
the
you can
first one that,
remember, I know it's
yeah, yeah, oh
probably
yeah,
long ago.
yeah, that's long ago, but I remember, man, I remember the one that got me into it was gonna be Stone Cold, right? When he was gonna fight, it was a WrestleMania. Let me try to see. Oh, Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. Remember that when,
Okay, good match.
yep, when Mike Tyson was the special guest referee.
Yeah,
Yep. I mean that just that build up that got me into it, right? That's when I started following it because I was like, okay, it's one week disconnect. It became a storyline to me, like a movie. That's when it clicked. Ever since then, and the other matches that I think stick out, obviously, everybody knows the Mankind Undertaker match, right? Man, that was a crazy match. Seeing it at that time and then going rewatching it now, I'm like, man, how was he alive, right?
yeah, yeah. No, that was pretty crazy, man. So it seems like you were kind of really in the Attitude Era. Is that
Yep.
correct? Watching during Attitude Era. So Attitude Era happens, man. And to me, I was kind of in that realm as well. Attitude Era, probably the best time of wrestling. I know people say no, how it's now
Yeah.
with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. But hey, if you were watching the Attitude
Yeah.
Era, you wouldn't know. However,
Yep.
who is your favorite wrestler in the Attitude Era? Was it still Rey Mysterio during that time? Was it somebody different?
No, man, it's got to be Austin. I got to go
Austin.
with Austin. Yep. Just
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Stone Cold. Just yeah, he had to be the character, right? And then
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the other ones I had to pick were obviously The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Kane. And then you have some, and also like you have some that people miss, right? That helps the attitude, like the Godfather. He was an awesome character. Val Venus, I don't know if you remember him,
I
right?
do, I do.
Yeah, some of those were awesome. And actually, yeah, I have a whole show kind of highlighting the Attitude Era, the tag teams, and the Hardy
That's
Boys,
cool,
Dudley
man.
Boys.
Yeah, yeah, wrestling was different back then, definitely. When you think about I was actually sometimes when I'm actually doing watch-alongs that I actually go back and listen to some of the old music, and it's just so nostalgic to just listen to the music and see the Titantrons that go with the music because they don't really
Yep,
do that often nowadays where they have a Titantron to the music. And I think to myself, man, what a good time it was to actually be able to watch wrestling. And I was young and maybe I didn't get everything, but even when I go
yep.
back and watch those matches, it just makes me feel so happy. Wrestling just bring happiness to my life. Was there a point that you stopped watching wrestling, or was it? I mean, you've been watching wrestling ever since you knew wrestling, or how did that look like for you?
Yeah, as I said, man, I watched it growing up in the Monday Night Wars era, right? WCW, NWO, Attitude Era. And then you got into the John Cena, the ruthless aggression era, and then kind of from like 2006, I think. It's actually when after I graduated high school at that time, 2006, when it kind of like I went out college and stuff like that, and then I kind of just stopped watching wrestling for a little bit, like and there was a huge gap there. So and I remember I started back watching maybe in 2016, 17. So about a 10-year gap when I stopped watching wrestling. Didn't know anything what was
Wow.
going on. Then and actually at that time I was working at a retail and we are putting figures out, right? I'm like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I'm like, but I never got into it until I told you like they started brought back Shane McMahon talking about who's gonna change the company because and I think it also brought back um kind of the figures as far as the era what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Undertaker was there. I think Goldberg was coming back as well at
Yep.
that
Yep.
time. Yeah, I'm like, let me watch a little bit of this. I think that's when I started getting back
Wow,
into it.
10-year hiatus. You
Yep.
get back to watching wrestling, and now you have this
I,
huge collection. It was
I,
like it was meant to be for
I
you, man. This is
pulled a
crazy
CM
story.
Punk on you.
Yeah, yeah,
What
no,
10 years?
very similar, like you said. I stopped watching
Yeah,
wrestling, but I probably stopped watching 2, 3 years. 10 years, that is a long time to
yeah,
stop
man.
watching wrestling.
I missed. If I now I go back, I missed the CM Punk era, the Baya Twin era. I don't know
Mhm.
all that in between there. Have no memories of them.
Yeah. Have you been to any wrestling shows? Any of your action figures autographed? Do you only collect action figures?
Yeah, so I've been on several WWE shows, so even house shows and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. I haven't been yet to a live event. That's the goal this year to go to a live event in my area here as well. As far as yeah, I only have WWE figures, and I do have, and I kind of just went back and narrowed my collection down to was before I was really collecting anything that was wrestling related, meaning like the retros, the like Monsters of the Universe figures. So I really sticking to just the 7-inch WWE figures as well. And I do have an off figure set, which is a favorite movie of mine growing up, is the Terminator. Remember that
Okay.
movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then RoboCop. For some reason, those two are like one of my two top favorite movies. So I do have a collection here of them. I kind of reviewing them a while. So if you see them there, there's a Terminator.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that that's from Nick.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
the only one I had. As far as just off collecting, but mainly everything is just kind of wrestling collection. Autographed, I don't have anything autographed actually. It would be pretty nice to get them autographed, but I'm not into kind of that component as far as one of them autographed and everything. But
Yeah.
it obviously if it does come across, like if I go to a signing event, I definitely want to take them get them autographed. I definitely Rey Mysterio will be the top one to get autographed. Stone Cold, a Rock, a Cody, some of those would be good to get autographed.
You gotta get Mysterio's autograph before Dominic retires him, man. Dominic is gonna retire him at some point. At least
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah,
think.
yeah. I think it's gonna happen. Yeah, man,
I actually
I
thought
gotta get them.
I thought this WrestleMania when they were leading to a Dominic and Rey Mysterio that it was actually going to happen, but instead we took a swerve there, and we're getting Dominic and Escobar. But I'm just happy, man.
Yeah,
I'm actually. It was the other night. It was cool. If you guys did not see SmackDown last week, just to see all these Latinos in the ring, man. I mean, almost 10 of them, and LWO and Legado del Fantasma, and I'm like, wow, man, these are all good up and coming stars as well in between the Escobars and
yeah.
Santos. So Rey Mysterio being one of your favorites, who do you think kind of fits that realm of Rey Mysterio, or can nobody touch Rey Mysterio. What is your thoughts on it with all these new Latinos, luchadores coming into the mix?
No, definitely, man. I think Dragon Lee is definitely up there with him. I see. He fights real good as far as kind of that similar style. But to be with Rey Mysterio, I mean, his style is really unique just because of his size, right? Really, really light as
Mhm.
well. He's always doing some high flying moves. But yeah, I'm excited for more of that kind of that lucha style to be back and to be given a light to shine on. Because I mean, that's awesome, man. Like the moves that they're doing, I'm glad to see that. Just like you said, the SmackDown, it's crazy to have all the LWO, right? And you have Santos go out of there. He's also good, man. I mean, don't sleep on him. He's getting better.
So I don't want to take too much of your time. We're about to wrap this up in just a bit, but I got one question really. Which one do you have? Do you remember the first action figure? Is it somewhere near you where we can see that first action figure you remember getting, and maybe your latest action figure?
Yeah, I think yeah. Let me grab that as well. So these
Definitely,
are
definitely.
the
If you guys are just tuning on in, this is Juan's room. It's a room in his house, man. This guy has all these action figures. This is not even everything. The room is wrapped around in action figures. So excited to be here with him and showing his collection to us here. Here we got what
all
we
right.
got. What we
So
got?
you got Kane, right? The Bone Crusher
Kane.
is back. Yep. So he
Oh
does
my
that
God, that is a
choke slam.
throwback for sure.
You got Undertaker.
The Brothers of Destruction.
Yep, they got him
Holy
down here.
crap.
So really awesome ones as well. So these are
Yeah.
the I think the for I remember getting from a very very long time ago. So we still have them here. So I'm very excited for that. And then for this part here, the latest one, it's actually I'm working on a video on it. I just wrapped it up yesterday. Let me grab a whole set here for you.
Wow, man, that rockin' Kane definitely takes some throwbacks. I remember them toys when they used to make them like that, man. They don't make
Yeah,
toys like
yeah,
that anymore.
yeah. And my latest one is gonna be this latest pickup that I picked here at my local Walmart, which is gonna be the whole set of the Monday Night Wars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I mean they
man.
were lucky enough. They gave me the whole pack. I'm like, I'll buy the whole thing. You don't even need to open it. So I did a review and unboxing that, and opened the whole thing. It has all the figures, put them together. So that's that. That's the next video coming up.
That's funny. So you just went to the store and said, "Hey, I'll take the whole thing?"
Yeah, I just happened to walk right in the perfect time as they were stocking the shelves,
Uh
and I looked at there. I'm like, oh, hey, you mind if I take? I'm gonna purchase that. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna purchase the whole thing.
Oh, man, listen, I every time I go to the store now, I'm, getting one action figure and two action figures. And my wife is every time I come home now, she's like, another action figure. I'm like, hey, it's for the setup. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
one day,
yeah,
who knows, man? I'm having a collection like Juan here.
yeah,
But it
yeah.
was it
It's
was
all good
listen,
here.
Juan, it was definitely don't want to take too much of your
So you can
time,
see it.
man. This is cool. I see all the different arenas that you have over there.
Yeah, let me show you
Wow.
here real quick. This is
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
my
for
this
sure.
This is one of my favorite areas right here. If you look at it, from
Yeah.
the all the play sets, so you can see this the Punjabi prison got ladder,
Yeah.
got all the matches. And here's the one game I always play in there, SmackDown. Here comes the pain. For me, I think
Uh-huh.
that's the best video game. And this other side right here is the mock area. If you see it.
So organized too, man. You got this so well organized. It's so
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
Do
it
you
takes
do you spend a
time.
lot of time in this room?
Oh yeah, I spend time here. Like after I put my daughter to sleep in the evenings here, call it my time. So I come in here. I'll work on videos. I organize it. But one of the biggest things as far as collecting is dust. So I always try to move it around. And here's the other side of the retros. We got all the
This man
retros.
has a organized space at his house. I love it, man.
Yeah.
It how long I mean, when do you realize that you had to organize this room?
um, I mean, early on, to be honest with you. So when I moved in here, I moved into my house, and about 4 years ago, I just had a small little section, and then I had a setup on my computer. But then eventually, I'm like, I need to get some shelves. So I got some shelves, stack them up here, and then like I started collecting the rings. So I'm like, man, I need a ring, and I actually built that myself where the rings
That's
go. So
dope.
I built that because I wanted to make sure everything fit on there. So I
Yeah.
built that, measured it out, proportioned it, and put the components together, and then put the shelves on there. But yeah, it does take time. I mean, I like a lot of these. I kind of built together in my hand for my needs.
Yeah. That's cool. And right there in the center where all the lights is that where you do all the work at
Yep,
right there?
yep, right here. So
Wow, man. You
right now this
official,
is on
official.
here. Yep. So I just take this off, and then this is going to be my area here. So eventually, I do want to have an actual setup here outside of my room where I shoot videos, put like a green screen so I can put different things on there as well. But for now, this is what I have for it. But
The
it does the job.
the kid in me is just super excited. Like I want to be there. I just want to sit here and play
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the toys and just look at
Oh
these
yeah.
toys. This is crazy.
I
Um,
have people come in here and they take a look at it. They're like, people where I work at, they're like, oh, they have in their collection. They collect like Star Wars and marbles, and then they're like, oh yeah, I also collect. And then they see mine, they're like, oh, I don't have that much collection. So I'm like, yeah, let's
yeah,
go take a look. They just look around. We talk about figures. It's pretty cool, man.
who's that behind you? Is that the Rock and Stone Cold to the top, probably right on of your?
These right here,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's the Jack specific Rock and Stone Cold. See
Okay.
them?
Shawn
Yeah, these.
Michaels, Bret Hart.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
I have them
god.
organized here. So up top is the golden generation, right? All the golden generation, and
Uh-huh.
then right here is gonna be the Jack specific golden generation. So these are all Jack specific figures. Look at this Triple H, man. That's one of my favorite ones. Look what this shirt says.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. And then below them, I had gonna be WCW right here, and then this whole part is gonna be the Attitude Era. So you got the Godfather, you got Triple H, you got that Stone Cold, you got the Rock, more Mankind, and you got kind of the new Ruthless Aggression era right here. So they go in this way more, and then towards newer
Woo.
figures now.
Man, you got
And
them
then,
all, bro.
yep,
They all look good.
and then we separate them right here by individual. So these are all Kane. These are all Undertaker. These are all suits. So these are all individuals wearing suits. This is DX right here. You see the DX everywhere there,
Yeah.
and then you got the NWO black and white, right? You got the Hardy Boys. Can't forget that, man.
Never,
The
never,
Hardy
man.
Boys, and then you got Triple H, AJ, the CM Punk.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
Hardy Boys definitely one of my favorite tag teams, man, of all times.
yeah, yeah. I'm just seeing that. Remember the ladder match they had? TLC ladders, tables, and chairs. Dudley,
Oh,
Hardy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That was
100%.
man.
$100.
I love watching that. I'm going for Saturday for WrestleMania. I'm gonna go back and watch all like the awesome matches leading up to the 6 p.m. I have actually gonna be people here invited. We're gonna be watching Eden and watching the WrestleMania. Man, it's gonna be good.
I can't wait for WrestleMania 40, man. It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan. I mean, with what's going on here with The Rock coming back,
Yep,
Roman Reigns, a bloodline story. People thought it was getting stale. Here kind of takes another twist. Cody Rhodes
yep,
trying to finish the story. So many different just kind of plot twists happening.
yeah,
It's just always funny when people tell me that, wrestling's fake, right? I'm like, yeah, so is everything that you're watching, right? That's just
yeah.
the
It's
thing that we
yeah.
hear so often. It's like, okay, and I'm watching it, and you don't have to watch it. I'm watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I dealt with that a long time ago. You growing up, like you said, like, oh, you watch wrestling, ha ha ha, right? Like now, like, yeah, I watch wrestling. It's like any other thing, it's enjoyment, entertainment, right? So you watch movie or for your entertainment. We watch wrestling, right? Because it is storyline adds to it. Yeah, I enjoy it, but so it should be good
Absolutely.
tonight. Should be good tonight. The WrestleMania week, so Raw should be good tonight.
Yeah, man. We're for those that are watching right now, we're right now the week of WrestleMania. It is Monday, right before WrestleMania. WrestleMania is this Saturday, and just excited. If you guys are watching this pre WrestleMania. Would love to know who you guys actually think is going to win. If you're watching this after WrestleMania, just put if you're excited or not in the comments. I don't know. But yeah, Juan, I'm going to go ahead and kind of end this up with you. But I do want to ask you a question and really more for your viewers. But what is your long term goal that you have that maybe your viewers can support you with? Or just because I always feel that you have to speak life into existence. A lot of times we want something and we don't put that out there. A lot of times it doesn't manifest. So what is that thing that you say, hey, in a couple of years, this is what I want to do or where I want to get to? What does that look like?
Yeah, so again, my goal really is to help grow the channel, help introduce people to some of this content. It's just aside from boxing reviewing, which we get a lot, we see a lot here on YouTube, but mainly my focus really on play sets, right? Unboxing, reviewing some of those
Mhm.
play sets that you may have never seen or you may not even know about. So kind of seeing that down the road would be allow me to see to support and getting more of those play sets as well, such as the huge elimination chamber play set. If you haven't seen that video, that elimination chamber takes up half of my room here. So that's awesome here. As far as kind of seeing from my goal is to the channel.
Love it, man. And where can people find you? What social media platforms? What other social media platform handles?
Yeah, so I have you can find me on YouTube. So my channel is Yo JBC YouTube. We can link it down here as well. And the other platform I use is going to be um I'm blanking out here.
TikTok.
Oh, yep. Oh yeah. So and the other form of media that I use is going to be TikTok. Again, we'll link it here as well. Those are two main ones that I interact with my fans on there or audience that look on there. Feel free to leave a comment, and those I always answer. Do my best to respond. Anything videos that you want to see, especially on TikTok, we can bring it on there as well. YouTube, we can make sure we get those reviews for you too.
Love it. I appreciate it, Juan. And again, as you mentioned, you'll see a lot more long format content on his YouTube. We're really just kind of telling more history and backstory of what he's actually showing. And then if you got like the more fast action, 30 to 45 seconds, 60 seconds, you definitely want to go ahead and shout out his TikTok. Make sure that you guys follow. Make sure that you guys like. Show some comments, man. A lot of times we don't we make content based off of what you guys want to see. So it's that community aspect. If you guys want to see something, you guys feel there's something that he has not covered, make sure that you guys go ahead into those comments. It just also helps to hit the channels being built, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Juan. Really appreciate you and your time. Hopefully, one day, man, we can definitely do this interview in person, so I can just kind of be in
Yeah,
awe and just
definitely.
take all this in. But guys, my name is Mr. Know Your Wrestling. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later.